Hi, this is getting my review for 47 Meters Down, Uncaged. I just decided to watch this movie because it was just like, I don't know, boring, Monday night, and I wanted to watch a horror movie because when I don't know what to do, I decide to watch a horror movie. So I wanted to watch something that was like not too heavy, something I could kind of like do other stuff and like be paying attention to, but like not be like fully like having to pay attention to every little like clue and like little Easter egg and all that kind of stuff, like the really good horror movies that I love, like this was one of those more like put it on the background kind of. I mean, I was paying attention, but like not as much as other ones. I liked it. It was like overall not bad. I mean, like it's kind of what you expect it to be in that it's a creature feature with sharks that are magically in these caves underground and are blind and all this kind of stuff, and they're great whites too. And I don't know, I personally am like a shark nerd. I love great white sharks. I love sharks in general, but especially great whites. And I'm always trying to tell people like great whites don't just attack people out of nowhere, and they don't like the taste of human. So literally every case essentially of great whites attacking humans, not saying that they're not intense and they're not bad and people don't get very hurt. They do. Not minimizing that at all, but just like it's mistaken identity. They think it's a seal or something like that. Like, this is why I'm always saying, why are wetsuits black? Why do we have bright fucking orange wetsuits? I don't know necessarily if like sharks don't see color the way we do, so maybe that wouldn't do anything. But like when you're on a surfboard, you got all these. Yeah, okay. Beside the point. It's mistaken identity. They don't like the taste of us. They usually spit us out after they get a bite, and those bites can be very, very bad. So yeah, that's something we'll get into a little later. So ignoring all of the shark facts for now, because we will get into those a second, but the movie overall, it was like, kind of a fun, just little creature feature. I'm usually not super into creature features, but sometimes I'm like, okay, I can put my love for these animals aside and just watch it as a horror movie. And this was one that allowed me to kind of do that because it was interesting with it being cave diving, which is actually something that I've like underwater cave diving. Well, obviously underwater cave diving, there's no like diving. Okay, duh, sorry, but cave diving fucking scares me. I'm a no on that. There's not a lot of things that scares me. Horror movies I love them, but they're generally like they don't give me fear or anything, and this movie didn't. But like the premise of like being stuck in a fucking cave underwater and running out of air, fuck that. Nope, not in a million years. I'm up for a lot of things, but nope. So that was one thing for me, is like it made it more interesting, and the fact that it was like Mayan ruins and all this kind of stuff was cool. Yeah, I liked the dynamic with the sisters. I was sad that Chris from Northern Exposure died, otherwise known as, what's his name? Aiden from Sex and the City. He was good in Sex and the City, but if anyone has actually seen Northern Exposure, that's my shit. So, yeah, I think actually, I'm not gonna grab it right now, but I have Northern Exposure, the DVDs, right up there. So, yeah, other than that, let me think. Okay, let's talk about Nicole. I knew Nicole was gonna die, like, immediately. Obviously not as soon as we met her, but like within like 15 minutes, because she was the only one out of the group who was like a little bit of an asshole. The rest of them were nice and were kind of stupid, but like she was being rude to Mia, or was it Mia? Mimi, whatever. The girl, the blonde sister, yeah. She was being rude to her and like kind of making fun of her and all this kind of stuff, or like just like not being as accepting and like chill as the rest of them. And so I was like, okay, if anybody dies in this movie, which I assume someone will, it's gonna be her, definitely. And so we were like halfway through the movie and I was like, oh wow, nobody's, like, obviously the one dude, whatever his name was, like Ben or something, died, but like up until that point, like nobody, like no main real character that we got to know more than like 2 sentences died. And so I was like, oh, is nobody gonna die in this movie, or is it gonna be like only like not at the end or whatever, and then she got like fucking snatched, and I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Excuse me. They built her character up for that. So yeah, it was really sad, like I said, when the dad died. He was a good character. Sorry, I just found this piece of my mic stand that my dad got me for Christmas that I just set up. Seal tape. I'll have to figure out what that does later. Sorry, getting sidetracked. ADHD. Also, I need to add that, like, can we just talk about the fact that they ruined this entire fucking ancient, beautiful, or I don't know, like, it's technically ancient because I'm not really sure, like, what qualifies something as ancient. Old as fuck and historic as fuck and beautiful and, like, could probably gain a lot of information and knowledge about the Mayan civilization, this amazing, architectural find that their dad's working on, and they're just like, oh, well, we're just gonna go in there because, like, we feel like it, and, not be supervised or anything like that, like, it'll be fine, and then they fucking destroy parts of it, and, just... fucking assholes. So Alexa, she was really nice also, but she helped convince Mia and Sasha to go down there also, and so I kind of knew, like, towards the end when, like, there was only 3 of them left, and I was like, she's probably gonna die, like, and then she did. So sorry, you were really nice, but, like, also you were an idiot who led to this, so okay. I liked at the end how they had the scene with the boat that they were originally actually supposed to go on with the mean girls and all that kind of stuff, and just, like, the scene of them swimming through the chum, because that actually is, like, a situation where great white sharks would maybe, especially seeing, like, a shadowy figure, like, swimming over the chum and they're already, like, excited, that's a situation where you may be more likely to get bitten, and, like, that's actually more realistic, so I was more into that. But then, when the sharks just kept coming and, like, jumping out of the water to get them, when they probably realized at that point that they were not food for them, because, I don't know, like, the thing with the great white sharks is they need a lot of fuel to keep going and keep swimming and be able to continue to live and hunt, and so we are not that big and not that fatty like a seal, the things that they actually do eat, so they need something like a seal that has blubber, not just fat, like something that actually will sustain them for a long amount of time. So it's actually, like, really that's, like, one of the reasons why they don't eat us, because, like, they have not been evolved to, like, eat us. We don't have enough protein or fat for them to survive for long periods of time, and and then also just, like, how they had it all kind of come together, where the bullies and all that kind of stuff were there and got to see these 2 badass sisters just be, like, fighting off these sharks and fucking surviving, even though obviously to be realistic, we all know that, like, from those fucking bites, for one, if a great white shark fucking came up and did what they do to grab seals in certain parts of, at certain times, but specifically in, like, certain parts of the ocean, like, where they do what they did in the movie, where they jump up out of the water and grab you, you wouldn't, like, if they grabbed you at the middle section, like, you would pretty much bleed out, like, maybe immediately. From the bites that they showed them, where the shark was continuously going and chomping at them and all that kind of stuff, they would be ripped in half or dead immediately, probably, because the shark's bite is insane. But the thing is, like, the shark wouldn't do that because they don't eat us, so, but yeah, so, like, what they were showing the sharks doing, the people would be those girls would be dead, and if they weren't dead immediately, they would be dead very soon after from blood loss if they got out of that. So, it's a movie, I can let it go. I have a bad habit of being, like, CinemaSins, just like, ding, 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 this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. So if you continue watching my videos, then get used to it. So yeah, overall, it was fun. I mean, it's not like, Hereditary or Midsummer. It's not anything groundbreaking, but it was fun. So yeah, this is the first video I filmed for my channel, and I plan on trying to film a lot more. I've been telling myself I'm gonna film for YouTube for literally years, and I just keep putting it off and procrastinating for some reason, and I'm getting shy about it, and I feel like if I just do the first video and get the ball rolling, then it'll I'll just do the next and the next, because I think I'm just having weird stage fright, which is bizarre to me because I'm not a shy person in general, but I don't know. So, yeah. Okay. Thanks. Bye.